The Okavango District Council to use 16 million pula to pave internal roads. The Botswana Football Association set up a committee to help raise 10 million pula for the next AFCON participation. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, in our first story, the Minister of Labour and Home Affairs, Ms. Anna Mokheti, says government has done well in honouring the Southern African Development Community Treaty on free movement of people and goods. This, she says, is evidenced by the Botswana's ongoing consultations with countries such as Zimbabwe to possibly reach a common free movement agreement through the use of national identity cards as travel documents, similar to the agreement with Namibia. Minister Mokheti was emphasizing President Dr. Mokheti Masisi's statements at the recent Kusi Ideas Festival. Usilile Nkabetse and Tolofelo Tombali compiled this one.
In 2018, the African Union adopted the Protocol on the Free Movement of Persons, Right of Residence and Establishment in Africa. Regional integration remains the premise for the Continental Development Strategy of the African Union. To date, 5 countries have removed the visa requirements for all Africans. In February 2023, Botswana and Namibia made a historic immigration move by making allowance for citizens of both countries to use their national identity cards to travel between the two countries. This now facilitates movement of citizens living along the borderlines who travel more frequently than those inland because of the social and economic ties of the people of the two countries.
The background to the initiative for the use of ID as a travel document in Botswana emanates from the desire to facilitate free trade, movement of people, goods and services in line with the aspirations of African Continental Free Trade Agreement. It should also be recalled that in 2 of the Busa meetings addressed by His Excellency President Masisi, he also indicated the desire for Botswana to approach Zimbabwe and initiate the discussion on the use of the national identity of the 2 countries across the borders. It must be noted that this was part of the necessary consultation. Such a formality has not yet been arrived at.
President Masisi has begun consultation with Botswana to extend the use of identity cards as travel documents between Botswana and Zimbabwe.
Yaga passport diodina motho gore batho ba tsweletse matshelo a bone a selegae le matshelo a bone a go gweba ke so ile gore ke simolotse dipuisane e be re bua le bone ba le hatsela Zimbabwe ha ile gore le bone ba eletsa go a kgonega ra tolose golo.
Last week at the Kusi Ideas Festival, he appraised Africans on the progress Botswana has made towards the Africa We Want aspiration on free movement of people, goods, services and capital on the continent.
We, on our part, have since April this year initiated an even easier movement between ourselves and neighboring Namibia, by which citizens of both nations are able to travel between the 2 countries using only their national identity cards as a travel document. It is our hope that with time, this will become a feature of the subcontinent and eventually the continent as a whole. And yes, once again, President Mnangagwa, I'm happy to tell you that I have begun the consultations on my side. I wish you begin on yours.
With a combined population of over 1.4 billion, Africa's value of effecting free movement protocols promotes lawful immigration and all its inherent value chains towards the shared aspiration of prosperity and a better Africa. Utsidile Ongabetse, BTV News, Gaborone.
Jindal Steel and Power Company Limited has stressed that it will invest more than 20 billion pula towards construction of a 300-megawatt thermal power station in Botswana. This was highlighted as a demonstration of the firm relations between India and Botswana, the 4th round of consultations of bilateral relations between the 2 countries in Gaborone. Ngimali Moyo and Puleng Makhosa compiled this one.
Botswana and India enjoy a long history of sound bilateral relations and are counted among the world's stable democracies. As such, this thermal power construction investment, among others, which is expected to commence in 2028, will play a pivotal role in ensuring energy security in Botswana.
The Ministry of External Affairs of the Republic of India has offered Botswana government and civilian employees 200 slots, fully sponsored courses, as well as 61 slots for Botswana Defence Force personnel. India is a significant player in the diamond beneficiation space in Botswana, and is also one of the largest markets for our diamonds. We are equally excited that Jindal Steel and Power Company will invest more than 200 billion Sula towards the construction of a 300 megawatts thermal power station, which is expected to start production by 2028. This is a significant investment which will ensure energy security and allow Botswana to export energy and to generate revenue.
Upon the energy security investment project, the fourth round consultations of bilateral relations between the two countries seeks also to engage in candid discussions on how to consolidate this cooperation and enhance mutual trust and understanding to grow economies and facilitate delivery of their aspirations.
I'm happy to say, Excellency, that given the commonality of our democratic experiences and the parliamentary system in politics and governance, our countries should also explore further options for interaction at a parliamentary level. We've had the privilege of inviting parliamentarians from several countries in Africa. We'll be happy to do this for Botswana as well, and desire to continue and strengthen our relationship and enhance cooperation and understanding on issues of mutual interest, both at the bilateral and at a multilateral level.
As the countries reflect on the past and current successes and challenges, this will engage a spirit of goodwill and cooperation in decision-making for the benefit of these two countries as they strive further to come up with new projects in the future. Ngemali Moyo, BTV News, Gaborone.
The acting officer commanding No. 7 District, Assistant Superintendent Agrippa Gambule, stated that last year's prayers are gradually working as the 2023 road accidents related matters has decreased compared to last year. He said this during the Chobe District Road Safety Prayers, which are held annual during festival to pray against road accidents in the Chobe District. Kitso Temani compiled this one.
Police statistics updates shows that since the beginning of the year, Chobe District have recorded a total of 15 road accidents, of which 4 were fatal accidents, 5 major accidents, and 6 minor accidents, adding that they have also seen a lot of reduction on road accident-related cases.
Fatal, ngogola, kusule batho ba 11, ngwaga ba 4, bana ba bona dikhubalo tse di masisinyana, bana ba 7. Kumpe go ba 5 minor accident ka sekhuwa dile di pedi ngogola kumpe go di 6 ngogola rena le batho ba ba tshwere ba tshwere go jala ba le 158 gao mona go ne ba 111.
Injury Prevention Manager at Motor Vehicle Accident Funds, Mr. Tlhabano Musi, also revealed that nationally they have recorded a decrease of 347 from 377 accidents in the same period.
347 377 wa last year. Dipolo di ukutserile mme kana le sola motho a le mongwe hela ke le sola ba la batho ba bantsi kana re le MVA fund re ga sa molaetso ipobolo ga re eletse gore dikotsi tsa tsela di nne teng mme ha o amilwe ke kotsi ya tsela ra bo re le teng re emetse jaro gore re go thusa.
Inciting the engagement of other stakeholders can fully boost the combat against national worrisome matters.
Me se ga jajase ha re ka tshwaragana re le kereke re le puso re le makhota a ikemetseng re ka khona go se henya ama maloko a rona re be re ha re ka bua le lona le le kereke la ga sa molaetsao mo dikerekeng tsa rona ka go harologanya.
Road users are asked to take safety precautions in order to reach their destination safely. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kasani.
Now, Assistant Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Sethabelo Modukanele, has implored local authorities to fully embrace and explore digitization to speed up service delivery. He mentioned this during the ongoing Botswana Association of Local Authorities Assembly held in Palape. Refilo Mutube reports.
Assistant Minister Modukanele further urged local authorities to be innovative so as to create functional authorities that have the ability to harness potential economic avenues. To this end, he emphasized the adoption of progressive mindset as a critical factor in development.
The theme for this year's conference was visioning local authorities as development catalysts towards achieving prosperity for all. National Vision 2036, a new mindset change approach could not have come at a better time. The upgrading of sub-districts to fully fledged districts bears testimony to this, and government commitment to improving the livelihoods of Botswana by bringing services closer to them, faster, closer, and better.
Our meeting here today is the first of its kind in the district. Membership in council chairpersons, mayors and secretaries, complex. We have managed to engage and make representation to government on various fronts. We have presented a position paper to the National Constitutional Review Task Team, wherein we called on government to consider constitutional entrenchment of councils. This will provide a safeguard of the principles that have propelled Botswana to a global econ of democracy.
Government also intends at placing local authorities as development catalysts through upgrading sub-districts to fully fledged districts. More so, with Pala the main objective being to enable councils to become credible and recognized by government and private sectors.
This theme reflects not just a statement but a call to action, a commitment to transformative change, and a shared vision for the future of our beloved Botswana.
The Members' Assembly celebrated under the theme, positioning local authorities as development catalysts towards achieving prosperity for all, brought together 250 delegates from councils and political leadership from all the 31 local authorities. Refilo Mutube, BTV News, Palape.
For the 2023-2024 financial year, Roads Division was allocated money for paving for international roads within Okavango District Council. These projects are expected to bring positive results to the district by reducing negative effects of deep sands, reduction of vehicle maintenance costs, and allowing easy access to destinations. This was said by the Okavango District Council Chairman, Mr. Gaopalelwe Ronald, when addressing councillors during full council on Monday in Gumare. Tani Tsukudu with more.
Honorable House, for 2023-2024 financial year, Roads Division was allocated 16,600,000 pula for paving of internal roads within Okavango District Council. The projects are paving of 1 kilometer of Sironga, which is at 20% complete, paving of 0.7 kilometer of Gumare internal roads, which has completed, and paving of 1 kilometer of Mokane internal road, which is at 85%. The project for paving 400 meter of Kauha and gravelly of 4 kilometer Shakawe Mwembo West internal road is at evaluation stage and anticipated to commence mid-December 2020.
Some councillors had the opportunity of commenting about the said internal roads.
O buile gape modulasetulo le ka di-layout segolo ja tsa kgaolo ya bo etsa 1 etsa 6 etsa 13 ke tsa gore ke kgwete ele gore tota ya tshwenya mo kgaolo yone eo ya bo etsa ka gore batho bao a ba bolo go beiwa mo mitseng ne e ke sa tswala go e balolla meano ba tlhokana le gone gore ba belwe ditsha segolo ja go banela di-certificate ka gore ba agile mantlo mmela ba go itsenyetsa metsi ga ba go itsenyetsa motakase
tsela ya ga o ka tsamaya mo go ene go bothoko ga o tsamaya ka kolo ya gago ye itekanetse ka bo tsamaya o ya ko Shakawe tsela ya teng ga o tsamaye ka lebelo leo le lekantse o ka tsamaya kae ka gore tsela ya teng ga ya siama dithari ka ga gona batho ba kua dithari di dintsi thata mme hela sone ka lebohela ka gore bone madi bone a dule dikontraka di mo site
tona molala hantsa le go sona bana ba tlhalosa gore maikalo a puso a go bona re tsela e tota ya siama ke maikalo a ntse jang ana supa gore tota ya go gravelwa from Mahembo to Budigwa a bila supa gape gore ga go batwa di-company tse lota di ikemetse tse lota ke tsa maemo a go godimo tse di ta bona gore tota mmu wa rona wa re itse ra itse ka tlhagalo gore mmu wa rona tota ka kwa selo ga o se mo o siameng mme go separa go ta tswa mebu e ta dirisiwa di-gravel tse di ta tswa go bo gantsi le mahilo a mangwe ona go bona tota tsela e ya dirwa.
Pothole patching and bush clearing along 885 road is ongoing, and the reconstruction of access roads and other projects has also commenced. Taini Chukutu, BTV News, Gumare.
Still in the Okavango, the councillors have shown interest in the new council log, which revealed by the district acting deputy council secretary, Mr. Lusika Kula, during the ongoing full council meeting. But they suggested slight modifications to fulfill their interest. The council has received 19 bids from contestants who submitted their logos, and only 4 were selected for their final consideration. The logo followed the upgrading of Okavango district into a fully fledged district in December 2022. Tenisukudu continues.
The council held a consultative meetings with the Okavango communities to determine what the logo should entail. As such, communities concluded that the logo should depict the lives and environment of Okavango people by comprising at least natural features such as the Okavango River, Zodilo Hills, millet grain, elephant tusks to represent coexistence between agriculture and wildlife in the area.
Sometimes relevance your originality. Gore a mme sekano sa rona ga e re motho a se lebala a ba a akanya kana se tshwantsanya le sa council nngwe ya kile a hita go yone kana a kile a e bona sa bobedi ne re lebeletse neatness modula stile gore a mme se tshwantsho sa rona se thapile ga sa tala dilo tse dintsi tse le gore se ka re motho a se lebela jang se ke sa mohata go ka se tshwana se sengwe re se matšaka-tšaka. Innovation and creativity.
Councillors welcomed the logo and suggested few modifications.
Remote hadden tsara mo plastic ba tsamaya a gona la re bothata ka halo go itse ka teng
ke bo ke dumalana gore nya le tsile ko bokhutong buiwang ke baka le ngwe ke dumalana le yone ke le baka mo baka gone gore yes ke a utlwa re hana tsere tswi ra ba ha ka re ke maiputo le selo mwa le bua la gore mo tswale ntle a le tswi dumelang ke gore tswi plastic ga e ne mo bogareng jwa noka.
As suggested by councillors, the logo will be improved and will be used upon completion of slight modifications suggested. Taini Chukudu, BTV News, Gumare.
The Department of Broadcasting Services 2022 Roadshow improved the livelihoods of local artists in 52 villages across Botswana. The Minister of State President Mr. Kabamorai indicated this when launching the second edition of the Roadshow, that this year the Roadshow will reach 31 villages with the hope of even greater impact on local artists. Kumiso Mapanyan and Solofelo Chepete compiled this one.
The roadshow, which was organized by the Big Dog Company, was not only directed specifically to performers, but had an impact on different angles, which include catering, security and transport, only to mention a few. All the participants were able to walk away with cash because of their performance in order to motivate them to continue striving for excellence.
I want to highlight that having an opportunity to be exposed through performances is a powerful motivator for any creative person. It also builds confidence in oneself. The previous roadshow did not only accrue to the artists, but also to support services such as accommodation and catering, security and transport. It had numbers, 210 local companies Ke kopa le re etseng thata. 210 local companies were engaged. Ising Big Dog hela. 19 staff members were hired directly by the Big Dog company that facilitated the roadshows. Furthermore, 4 strategic partners were also engaged. The roadshow will cover all 31 districts and will be concluded with a boot camp followed by a finale event at which the overall winner will receive a car, while others will also receive worthwhile prizes. All the events will be documented to be broadcast on BTV.
Mr. Atato Sikwane, well known as DJ Fresh, who is also a sponsor for this roadshow, urged artists to strive and work even harder in order to keep up and withstand competition from their fellow artists in other countries.
Our nation continues to invest in the creative industry to transform us into a knowledge-based economy in line with the National Vision 2036, ideal of sustainable economic development. As the media, as a community, as a nation, we should strive to build, develop, and of course, contribute in no small measure towards producing creatives that can compete regionally and globally so that they can become internationally competitive. Our role in Wehela, to provide a conducive environment for the development and nurturing of the creative industry across the country, to create value chains and entrepreneurial ecosystem to enable us to become active players in the global creative space.
Project, DBS Roadshow, Rona Khotsweng Kakobomo. Last year, I had this project in terms of membership drive in the country. Because our responsibility at Botswana Musicians Union is to make sure that we nurture talent and get to expose it to the global world.
Going forward, the Office of the President has indicated its intent to support local artists to achieve their dreams. Kuniso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
Well, and that is the news this hour. Do stay with us, and Ntebogang Sebetlela on standby to take you through the world of sport.
Thank you very much, Ulivile Samoga. Now, in context, the sports news follows with me, Ntebogang Sebetlela. Botswana Football Association has started putting up a working committee which will assist them in raising the 10 million pula needed to prepare the senior national women's football team, the MAS, for the Africa Cup of Nations finals built for Morocco next year. The MAS secured a second consecutive slot to a continental competition early this month following a 1-1 draw in Kenya last month and a 1-0 win in Gaborone last week, Tuesday, courtesy of Kitumezeli Tabe's goal.
To raise the required 10 million pula is a huge task that Botswana Football Association says they cannot manage alone. As such, they decided to set up a working committee to assist them.
We are putting up a team of experts or expertise to raise us the money, both within the FA and outside in the corporate world and business world, to raise us the money. The budget is defined. The greatest cost in football is your traveling, more especially we as Botswana, our geographical location does not favor us. For us to go to Turkey, you have to go to your Qatar, to your Dubai, sometimes even go to France and then go wherever you want to go. So the greatest cost is on traveling.
The money will be used to make sure that the team is well prepared for the continental showpiece.
When you went to WAFCON 2022, we had about 4 to 5 million that we had to spend. And I tell you, we played only one friendly match against Zambia. Only we went to Zambia, we played 2 matches. And then the last camp was in Morocco. And we struggled to get some friendly matches when we had Morocco. So that has taught us a lesson. With the potential that the MES have, now we have scheduled 3 training camps. One in Saudi Arabia, one in Turkey, and the last camp will be in Morocco. And we want to play very strong and competitive teams when you go to those camps. And That is why we need 10 million puller.
At the moment, the association is working on a budget which they will present to the Botswana National Sports Commission, which is responsible of paying the national team players' appearance and allowance fees. Tlamelo Muntusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And lastly, the chairperson of the Athletics Club, Sepiso Kashiwa, says participation in sport improves children's education attainment and skills development, including empowerment, leadership and self-esteem, which contributes to their overall well-being and future prospects. Kashiwa highlighted this at the launch of the club in Veda.
Veda Athletics Club was formed to unearth grassroots talent and inspire the next generation of young athletes and provide children from Veda and surrounding areas with opportunities to do athletics at no cost. All youth are welcome to join the club. Ask the leadership to bring back school sports.
School sport is the same
The club was applauded for coming with such an initiative, which is expected to keep young people meaningfully occupied. I'm the captain of the club. We started our competitions last year. It was not easy, but we will prevail.
And but me, we took the whole and and he blurred out.
Because when I'm Harna Club, Harnaing, we keep on all to cover one Mutlaboya bed and make it like training of individual training.
We don't have a club in my home village, hence I've decided to join this one.
Because I cannot go and think my Hulama when
we made a huge impact in the lives of children in this place. Kashiwa called on the business community in Veta to invest in the youth by sponsoring the athletics club, as this will elevate the profile of the club, empower aspiring athletes and contribute to overall improvement of sporting infrastructure in Botswana. BTV News, Veta.
From our sports desk, that was all we had for you this hour. Until we meet again later in the day with our Stona Bulletin. For now, thank you for staying with us and good afternoon.
The main objective of why we are here this morning is to capacitate the SMME sector